say bedtime is your largest challenge with your children and you get really anxious and you get really stressed out, I want you to spend some time envisioning what you are. So, like, imagining, as you're driving to work today, or as you're like going for a walk, or as you're just moving through time and space today, taking some time to imagine what it would feel like if it was different, what it would look like. Would you look like a calm mum, or are you a calm mum who just checks out and goes and sits in her room and plays on her phone? It's really about taking the time to really distinctly know where those really challenging points are for you and imagining that they can be better. Because when you start to imagine or daydream or really like take yourself to another place, you're already starting to create the new actions. Okay. When you don't create the reactions to that imagination yourself, you're actually like putting resistance in front of yourself. But we'll probably dive a little bit deeper into that at the end of next week. So I'm only maybe like 5 or 10 minutes away, and I like ripped out of the car park and got home, and I was there as probably like a couple of minutes literally after the ambulance had arrived. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty gory details because Mac is still alive and everything is okay. But there was a series of things that happened within that incident that many people could take into the context that is terrible, horrifying, traumatic, and there is. And I was actually the reason it's come up is because I was talking to my husband about something this morning with one of our other kids related to that incident that I think they're still slightly experiencing. But that's regardless of where I'm trying to go. That experience taught me so much as a mother. Mac had died. Do I want to entertain that theory? No. But I still would have learned so much as a mother. And that is not as a mother, but even as a human being moving through this life experience. And the ambulance ride, which I had never done with one of my own children. I had done it with other people's children, having worked with children for like 12 years and running childcare centres and things like that. I've been in ambulances before, but not with my own child. That was a learning experience. Arriving in triage, knowing what I could consent for and be okay with when they wanted to put an IV in him straight away, and I knew he was okay. Like I knew it deep in my bones. I've had 4 babies. I can tell you straight away where my kids are at in every way. Like I knew better than anyone in that room. There was like 14 people in the room as we came in, and I looked around and they were all looking at me, and they went to put a cannula in his arm, and I was like, nope. And they went to go start again, and I laid my body over the top of him, and I said, find the most senior doctor and get him to tell me why you're putting a cannula in his arm, which is traumatic when he's well, but he's very cold and he needs his mum to hold him after a very traumatic ambulance ride where the ambulance driver basically had like a PTSD breakdown. This is a lot of my life. You're not gaining any momentum in your life. Your momentum is directly linked to the mountain. It is fucking Mount Everest of small things you have going on in your life. Not the people, not the workplace, not the work, not the business, not your partner. The overload of stuff that you have subscribed to. Because what I've learned over time is that making a bed
can be an experience. Cleaning your room can be an experience. Washing the dishes can be an experience. And that's where we start to find our magic. And even sometimes when I've my husband has this way of doing multiple loads of washing and not hanging them out. So he gets up really early to work and will sometimes put a few loads on before we've got up, but he doesn't hang any of them out. I don't love it. It bugs me, but that's okay. Lots of shit in life is going to bug us. And occasionally, most of the time I feel too guilty to ask my kids to hang out like 4 loads of washing at once, but occasionally I do. And there's a lot of resistance and a lot of this is really not fair. So much truth in that. So I never get someone to do it on their own. And so I might be like to the 3 big kids, go outside and hang out those loads of washing, and they'll resist and resist and resist. And I'm like, just go and chat about whatever it is we're going to do today, or just go and chat about, something we did yesterday. I just want you to go talk about this stuff as you do it. I mean, the alternative could be I'll give you another chore instead. So they'll go out with their heels dragging. Sorry, the light in here is really bright when I record in the afternoons. And my room is really messy. I'll just... they'll go out, and then after a while, not that long, they've been chatting and chatting and chatting, and they'll and be like, and I'll look outside, out the laundry door, and they're just nattering away. Usually the youngest doesn't really help that much, and she'll play shadow puppets on the wall and be like, look guys, I made a dog, or whatever, because it's quite a narrow kind of space. And